I'll be bringing Mary on board. Okay, so let me bring Mary here. So Mary is also an alumni of Hagital. Used to be our students, I think maybe a year ago or so. So Mary, are you here? Mary, okay. Mary Ajayi is here. So I'm making you the host so you can share your camera. Then I would, yeah, good evening, Mary.
Good evening, sir. Good evening, everyone.
How are you doing?
Yes.
Yeah, good evening to you. So it's time for me to reclaim the host, I believe. Let me reclaim the host. Claim the host. So, Mary, can you introduce yourself to us? Who are you? What do you do? Or what do you used to do before cloud?
Okay,
Yeah.
so yeah, Mary Ajayi, and
Yeah.
before Cloud, I'm a teacher with 10 years plus experience of teaching. So
Wow, can you say that
tried,
again?
yeah, I have 10 years plus
I'm
experience
interested in
of
that.
teaching.
So before cloud, you used to be a teacher.
Yes, nursery and
Uh,
primary educator, majorly the upper elementary class.
you mean secondary or primary?
Primary, no, primary, like grade 4
Primary
to
school
8.
teacher.
Yes.
Oh, that means you were earning maybe like 3 million to 4 million per month, I believe.
Oh, no. No, on the island, I end up to 100,000 naira. Yeah, when I
Ah,
stopped.
wow.
The highest
It
was
is well.
100,000 naira when I stopped. Yes, so
Wow.
yes,
Interesting.
yes,
So from a primary school teacher to the cloud.
exactly. So yeah,
Okay.
so
So how
it
did
is
you get
big.
to know about Hagital? Mm,
Okay, so I found Hagital through Facebook adverts. And at that point,
mm,
Hagital was currently doing a promo on Microsoft Architect, right? So I'm the solutions
mm,
architect for Microsoft. I think Microsoft 365 solutions architect, something like that. So I joined, but then I went through the webinar just like you guys are here. So I was there. But then
mm,
I didn't want to do that. I wanted to do cloud. I knew I had interest in doing cloud, and I reached out to one of the staff that was an admin in the group. I was like, do you guys offer cloud computing? Right. Instead of the architect I came in as. And it was like, yes, they did. And the cohort was already on. I would have to wait for the next cohort. But then I was so determined and I was so energized. I'd be like, no. Can I join? I would watch the past recordings and the likes. So that's what I did. And also
mm.
my lights are out. So that's what I did.
Okay.
I persuaded her, please let me in. Let me in. I
Mm,
would catch up with the recordings and the likes. And that's how I got in. I had like
mm,
15 classes to watch, but then I did it, and yeah,
mm.
then
Okay,
I
so
became the oops.
okay, your light is trying to come on. Okay.
Yeah.
So that leads me to the next question actually. So what makes you to believe somebody that you just watch online and you believe that they will do as promised? So how were you able to overcome that thing of, oh, this man is just sitting down in his house and is just talking and talking about cloud. You can do this, and the next thing is telling us that we should come and attend the training. What if he
Mm-hmm.
runs away? What if there's no training? What
Yeah.
if they do rubbish in the training? So let me hear from you.
So the truth is, when I even
Yeah.
joined the webinar that day, I just joined. I
Yeah.
was like, all these people want to collect my money. I'm not going to register. I just joined that. Let me just see what's going to happen. I just joined in the hope that, okay, let me just listen to
Yeah.
what's going to happen here. So I
Mm,
just joined. And when I listened and I saw that, okay, this is an organization, there's a structure, and I love the
mm,
fact that there was support, right? It's not just, and I love the
mm,
fact that it was live classes because, as a teacher, I ended up venturing into online teaching. I know what the importance of live classes are. So I love the fact that it was a live class. I get to be in the class, ask
mm,
questions, and I get to like learn along with other people. Like
mm,
there's just this connection when it's not a pre-recorded course or like when it's a live class. So I loved that. And I love that, okay, the days I don't have class, there's a support system, there's someone that can always help me out if I have problems. So that way I know that I'm not going to be stuck. And I was really determined. So regardless, I know I get all the help I need, and I'm not going to procrastinate it or just dumb it, because I told you that I love to act a lot. And at some point I might get maybe discouraged, I might drop it. So I believe that coming into the system was really well structured, and it would help me to move forward. And that's why I actually took the leap. And I'm a logical buyer. So I also went on to check you online. I saw you're a pastor. I saw your LinkedIn. I saw other students too on LinkedIn. And I saw the progress of other students, and I was really motivated as well. That wow, that means this thing is working, and I was ready to give it my all.
Interesting. So, there's a difference between expectation and reality. So that was your expectation. So when you got into the program, what was your experience like?
Okay.
In the program? Yeah.
All right. So my expectation at first was, I knew I wanted to learn it. So my expectation, I made it zero. I wasn't ready for the quick cash. I wasn't about earning in the next 3 months or the next month, even though I actually earned in the next 3 months when I joined. But then I wasn't after that, right? I was just after the growth. I really wanted to learn it, and I was looking to, gain the skills. So the experience was amazing, right? Even though I didn't join at the beginning, I was still able to catch up watching the recordings and also meeting up with what they were currently doing in my cohorts then. So it was really amazing. My coach was Jeff. He did a very good job teaching us through the basics. So the good thing I actually loved was that not having any knowledge on cloud or DevOps, right? It's something that it caters for beginners. Let me put that, it caters for beginners. So it was really easy to understand the concept, and also, learn through from simple to advanced, because there's already a roadmap here, right? There's a structure, there's a curriculum that ensures that the learning goes from simple concepts, to the advanced ones. And it was really very helpful to help me understand the skill, because that was really the goal, right? To really understand the skill and master it. And I got that because we were majorly doing practicals, which was very essential, because we always have to do hands-on in this field, because what we get to do is practical, and also it's about what you know and if you can do the job, right? So it's really an amazing experience, and I got to learn the skill and master it as well.
Okay. Now, before we go into other questions, so you were talking about 3 months into the program. So that was even before you finished the program. You said you got a first job. So can you just shed more light on that, how it came about, how you did it,
Yeah, so while I was joining some groups, like some community, because now I attend career coaching session a lot. So I don't miss any tips from the career coaching session, from doing certifications and building my portfolio, right? So I did all of that, and I was joining communities, right? Like LinkedIn groups, also WhatsApp groups. So the very first one I got was from WhatsApp, right? So from a WhatsApp group, and it was a Ghanaian job, a Ghanaian job. So they just wanted someone in the team, and we were building like a GT infrastructure and the like. So it was within 3 months where I was in, right? I got the opportunity to work with them, and it was amazing. It was amazing. Yeah. It's my network. I think my connection is a bit slow. Hi guys, can you hear me? Okay, I think okay. I think my connection is good.
Okay, so I'm back. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you, sir.
Recording in progress.
Okay, so sorry.
Yes. we were talking about the job I got 3 months to starting the training. So yeah, I actually came across it on a group, an AWS study group I was in. Right, so I joined, I started it was an HR that was involved with it. Then I had a meeting with the boss. I turned on my camera, I was speaking. Well, the interviewers turned off the camera, I turned it on and I was speaking. They were asking me questions, and the questions they were asking me were based on what I knew as the basis, because Coach Jeff taught us Azure's hierarchy. We were actually asking for the hierarchy of Azure. Like, if you want to create a resource on Azure, what is the process? What's the steps? And I'd be like, oh, that's great, because Azure has the Azure Resource Manager. Then there's also the management groups. Then there's also the resource group where you have your resources. So it was really fluent. Like, I got asked the things I was already taught from the basic level of the class to, like, creating
Are you talking about the Ghanaian job, or is there another one?
Yes, the Ghanaian job. I was talking about what the
Ghanaian job.
interview
Okay,
was like, right? So I was just answering the questions, and it was really based on the hierarchy of Azure and also creating Azure resources and the like. So they were pretty impressed because I turned on my camera. I was very confident. I was just speaking. Even the HR was texting me that, you don't have to turn on your camera, like. But I was just really optimistic, right? I was just speaking, and that really got them impressed, and I got the opportunity to work with them. Yes.
Hello?
Yes,
Okay,
I can
cool. Cool. Okay. So that being said, let's now go to the area of tech background or not tech background. So what were you teaching in the primary school?
Okay, I was teaching academic subjects like math, English,
Okay.
science, CRK.
Okay. So from your experience with the training, would you say someone without a tech background can actually learn cloud engineering and work in cloud engineering?
Yes, very
Based
much.
on your experience, based on what you have seen in your class, so, and why do you believe that? Yeah.
Okay, so I believe anyone with tech background can actually do it, because most of the cloud computing tools that we work with does not actually need you to code, right? Because the way it works is, as a DevOps engineer, as a cloud engineer, you're working with a developer that has already done the codes and the like. So you're not writing codes, right? So having tech knowledge is really not important in that aspect, because and also the Hagital curriculum is structured in such a way that you get to learn the cloud computing skills from the basics, right? Like from what cloud computing is, to the basic on how to create resources, how to manage resources, and the likes across Azure and AWS. So the key thing would just be to know the cloud providers, know their offerings, curate resources with them, and also how to manage them when it comes to DevOps and deployment. So really, you really don't need a tech background to come in, because the course already caters for you as a beginner, right? How to really understand the concept from simple, right? So when it starts getting advanced. So it's I can definitely assure that you don't need a tech background or programming knowledge to get started. Yeah.
Okay. So maybe this is my second to last question. So for those who are coming in, who want to join the cloud, and they have this fear that, oh, everybody's doing cloud, everybody's doing tech. Will I ever get a job? What do you have to say?
Okay, so everybody is doing cloud, but everybody is not doing cloud, but many people are doing cloud. But then the thing is, the sky is wide enough for everybody to fly. That's something I believe. And also, you will get whatever it is that you desire. So if you really want the job, why not? There's nothing stopping you, right? And also you have the career coaching class whereby you get put through a lot of things you could do, right? You get guided to get certifications, to build your portfolio, because those are the things that also help you when you're getting jobs. So yes, you can get a job as long as you're ready to put in the work and you know the skills, because you have to know the skills to get the job, right? And as long as you're ready to learn, get the skills, you're definitely going to get a job.
Okay, and here's the last question. So we didn't talk about teaching assistants, right?
Okay.
Because one of the things we do in Hagital, like a teaching assistant. So can you just explain to people who are listening to us what a teaching assistant actually does, and how that is separate from their career coach and technical tutor.
Yeah.
Right, the importance and the role of that teaching assistant. Yeah.
Yes. So that was one thing I mentioned earlier that stood out for me, the fact that there was a teaching assistant. So with a teaching assistant, this is a person that is available during the week, apart from the days where you have your live classes. The teaching assistant is always available within a particular time of the day, right, whereby you can reach out if you need help. So the goal is, after your live classes and you've done your practicals, or you're trying to do some installations and you're having problems, you can then reach out to the teaching assistant, who is always ready to help you out, right? So when you reach out to the teaching assistant, they guide you through step by step on what to do to like solve your problems. Yeah, and it's different from career coaching, because that's another session where you get tips on, on career building and all of that. But the teaching assistant is just there to help you troubleshoot, help you out wherever you have problems with doing your labs and practicals during the live session, after the live section.
Okay. Okay, so Mary, thank you very much for your time. It's been an interesting time with you, sharing your experience with us. So thank you, and do have a wonderful night rest.